Hello everyone and welcome back to episode 3 of Sew Together January. So if you're new here, I'm Carolina and throughout the month of January I'm sharing with you sewing tips on my Instagram account, and every Sunday I'm sharing a free sewing tutorial here on YouTube. So if you want to know more and to join the challenge, you can always sign up by using the link down below, and everything in this challenge is completely free. I'm creating this content for you because I want to inspire you to sew more this year and possibly even to encourage you to start sewing. Today is already our third sewing tutorial, and today I'm going to show you how to make one of my favorite accessories ever, which are scrunchies. And I'm going to show you two ways to make them. The first one is like the classic scrunchie, and the second is a ruffle scrunchie. Both are cute, easy to make, and a perfect project to use some fabric scraps. So yeah, you don't even need a big amount of fabric to make them. And now we can jump into the tutorial, starting with the classic scrunchie.
To make our first scrunchie, first cut a 65 by 12 cm rectangle of fabric. Next, we will need a 1 cm or 8 mm thick elastic band. I keep mine 70 cm long, but I recommend trying it out by wrapping the elastic around your wrist. So in total, we will only need a rectangle of fabric and the elastic band. As always, I recommend ironing the fabric before sewing because it will make everything neater later on. At this point, take the rectangle of fabric and fold it over itself on the 65 cm side, making sure that the good part is on the inside, and secure it with pins. Now we can sew along the length, leaving about 5 to 6 cm unsewn at both the beginning and at the end. Always remember to backstitch at both the beginning and at the end of the seam, and in this case we are using a seam allowance of 1 cm. Now let's turn our fabric over so that the good side is visible again. Next, we can insert the elastic band. To do this, attach a safety pin to one end of the elastic and insert it through the fabric until it emerges on the opposite side. Use a clip or pin to secure the other end of the elastic to the fabric so it doesn't slip inside while you work. Once the elastic has come out, we will join it to the other end of the elastic with a pin and then sew it together with a zigzag stitch. Before sewing, just double check that the elastic has not twisted while you were inserting it into the fabric. Okay, so now change the stitch from straight to zigzag stitch and remove the removable arm to make this step easier and sew. I recommend beginning with a few stitches by turning the balance wheel manually before continuing to sew with the presser foot. This helps ensure that stitches don't skip, since sewing over elastic can be unpredictable and may cause the machine to pull in the elastic or break the thread. For added durability, sew over the seam several times to make sure it holds up over time. Now we can put the removable free arm back on and go back to the straight stitch and move on to the next steps. Next, we will close the scrunchie. To do this, align one open edge of the fabric with its matching side, then pin along the 12 cm edge before sewing it in place. Perfect. Now all that's left is the final step, closing the scrunchie. Open the inner seams and fold the fabric inward by 1 cm, matching the seam allowance. Secure everything with pins, then sew a few millimeters from the edge of the scrunchie. And that's it, the scrunchie is finished and ready to wear. Okay, now let's move on to our second scrunchie. This time we will need a rectangle of fabric measuring 75 by 17 cm and an elastic band that is 1 cm or 8 mm thick and about 17 cm long. After a quick iron, fold the fabric along the 75 cm side, making sure that the good side of the fabric remains folded inside and that we see the wrong side on the outside. Secure everything with pins and sew around the entire edge using 1 cm seam allowance. Be sure to backstitch to prevent the seam from unraveling. Once sewn, turn the fabric right side out. Then press the scrunchie, positioning the seam you just created neatly in the center. Now we need to create the tunnel where we will insert our elastic, so we will sew two parallel lines using the center seam as a reference. These lines will be just over 1 cm apart, which is the thickness of our elastic band. And that's it, now we can insert the elastic band. As before, attach a safety pin to one end and guide it through the tunnel completely, using a clip to secure the other end to the fabric so it doesn't slip inside the scrunchie. Once the elastic is threaded through, secure both ends with the pin and sew them to the fabric. You can use the same straight stitch, sewing a few millimeters from the edge. Next, we will join the two fabric ends. To achieve a clean finish with no visible seams, we'll create a simple French seam. Begin by aligning the two edges, pinning them in place and sewing them together with a seam allowance of about 5 mm. Now trim away the excess fabric, then turn the scrunchie inside out and sew along the other side, making sure that the raw edges are enclosed within the seam. And there you have it, your Ruffle scrunchie is complete.
Okay, so now we have our new scrunchies, and I bet that they are very addictive to make. Like once you start making one, you will have yourself making like 10 more, and they are never enough, and yeah, I really love them. As always, if you might have any question, just comment down below, and don't forget to tag me on Instagram so I can see your scrunchies. As always, thank you so much for watching and stay with me until the end of this video. I really hope you're having a beautiful day, and I'm really excited to see you into my next video tutorial next Sunday. Bye!